It has been a long time since I was last here, but not long enough. Never enough. You used to my ravings. I apologize, my friend, but have you have no doubt gleaned, my mind is not entirely my own. Misfortune brought me, and those I cared about, in contact with elements few would only dream of facing. And we all paid the price in the end, one way or another. But it seems a piece of me has remained, however small. Indeed. It seems my usual self has taken on quite the persona. An interesting turn of events, no doubt, but my life is still worth living, however fleeting or mad. I must admit, however, there could have been less drooling on my part and licking of giant toes. Yes, it's best we don't dwell on that. Even gripped by madness as I am, the years have not been too unkind to make it so unbearable, no? I have met you. I have found purpose at your side, no longer content to languish or submit. That is what matters, but do try and ignore that. I will find my way back to you, eventually. I'm sorry. The eye of the storm is beginning to pass, and I feel myself slipping away once again. It is enough, I think, to have met you. The real you, at last, and speak with an equal, face to face. If I must die, if this is truly the end, then I would like nothing more than to join you as we plunge into the abyss. Thank you, my friend, for everything. It is whatever you wish it to be. I am as much a part of you as you have become to me. Live well, my friend.
Now tear the wiggly jelly a new one!
Oh, we weren't told about any mercenaries being present. Only honored guests of the Blackbriar family are invited. And what in DeBella's knickers is that thing with you? Huh, I don't doubt that. He's even got the horns of those things. But what are you doing here? Lord Lyricris's party is only for distinguished guests, not any traveler off the road. Entertainment? I wasn't told about any troop in the area. What are your names? Yes? I'm waiting. Dimbus and, Mara's tits fine. Go on in before you give me any more of an headache. There. The door should be unlocked. It was someone else's problem now.
I suppose you could say that, although it has been many years. Not that it has deterred her in the slightest. The lovely Jessamine Tyrus is the only daughter of one of the elder council members in Cyrodiil. Born to every luxury you could imagine, there was little that she could ever be denied. It certainly helped that she was beautiful, truly. The kind that only refined lineages and other such nonsense nobility aspired to. Once upon a time, yes. Although I was some years her senior, I too was enamored with her when she joined our circles. She was talented, of course, the finest education that her family could afford, and she thrived among the academics of Cyrodiil. It wasn't too long before she rose to the pinnacle, and I admit I felt a pang of jealousy at such an ascent. You have to understand, a commoner such as myself who had lived for the work through and through had no time for frivolities. I did feel lonely at times, wondering about how things could have turned out differently, but there was always so much to do. But when she and I began working on a volume together, some research into magical theorem, well, we became close. Not at first, but we had spent considerable time working together. I came to trust her as a friend and, in time, a lover. The, first I've ever had. I was enamored. A complete fool, really. And everyone could see it. In some ways, it is different now, but even then, I had hid my interest in the fringes of scholarly research from others. Speculation about the planes, investigating entities that would no doubt draw criticism from our peers, and it was mostly scattered at that point. A pastime, if you will, something to chip away at when I had some time. But she understood, even admired my pursuits. To be vindicated like that, it's hard to explain. Regardless, Jessamine and I had finished the volume by the time the season had begun to turn. It had taken considerable effort, but we were both proud of it, I think. Nothing revolutionary, but a worthy contribution, if nothing else. The day came when we would present our research in the Academy's lecture hall. You probably have no interest in such things, but it was quite the occasion. Some of the court would even be in attendance. And yet, when I arrived, she had already begun presenting. My name was not even mentioned once. If that wasn't bad enough, once she had finished presenting the research, our research, she pulled out more. Then she began to read them out loud. My notes, kept hidden from all but her until that moment. When it was done, I couldn't even look her in the eye. I was laughed out of the hall, disgraced before the entire city. Even today, you can find the copies of the research we undertook. It's popular, widely referenced among scholars, and not a single one bears my name. She was a lady, someone used to toying with low-born folk like me. Looking back on it now, I was a fool to not have seen it coming. She used me from the beginning, and I was too stupid to notice. It was nothing. You were kind enough to listen to a washed-up scholar like me. Besides, all this is well in the past now. In the years since, Jessamine has continued to belittle me whenever possible, even sowing accusations of impotency and revulsion among my peers. I don't care what they think, any of them. I don't care whether my works will be read by anyone or heralded in the Academy. They can laugh as much as they want. If this is all I have left, then I will see it through, no matter what.
Well, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Is it so wrong that a man of my standing takes care in his appearance? Not all of us were blessed with your good looks, my dear. You must have half of Tamriel fawning at your feet. You deserve no less, of course. My lady, I am Florian Nagar, bard extraordinaire and purveyor of finery, no matter its form. From the heights of High Rock to the character of Black Marsh, I've seen and done it all. Surely you have heard of me. Ooh, your words pierce my heart. You are a most cruel mistress. Ah, but any man would endure the plains themselves for a beauty such as you. I am humbled in your presence, my lady. True, but there is no limit to the praise one can shower upon such a beauty as you, my dear. Tabella herself must be moved, envied by the sight of you. Come now, I am not so low as to drool over these base desires, but yours is the form that deserves worship. It would be an honor to lie with you, madam, and our pleasure.
Your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Perhaps you are not aware, but assassins are regarded for their subtlety. That really won't be necessary. Dear, your method of infiltration is curious. Why don't you just kill her and be done? I knew I would regret this.
Let's see. I come from Morthal, as you may remember. Fairly talented at magic, decent with a blade, but my wit was even sharper. All manner of things, really. I wandered from town to town, offering treats to commoners who answered my riddles. Killed a dragon, studied necromantic rituals, even slept with a pair of golden saints. It was quite the life. Nope, but the truth is boring. You don't want to hear about me. Besides, the Jarls have probably destroyed all records of my crimes by now. I think I'm gonna be sick. Wait, no, what are you doing? Don't put me back in there! I know my rights, damn it!
She said I forget, and usually I do. Sometimes I still remember their faces.
Need something?
Oh, color me intrigued. What is it this time? Fetch 2 old boots and some hay? That must be worth admission to a guild, if the rest of Skyrim is anything to go by. Of the good kind, I hope. Daedra tend not to celebrate birthdays, considering the whole immortal thing, and not being too good at parties generally. Sanguine is the rare exception, but I suppose we can make up for it. I assume you want me to go first, but are you not coming in then? Shall I get a blindfold to compensate? Strange. In all the time we've traveled together, you have never once asked me to do something like this. A surprise just for me, and you won't even be present. I wonder why. I'm disappointed in you. Did you really think that you could deceive me? After everything I've done for you, treated you with nothing but kindness, I considered you a friend. But in return, try and betray me. I assume it must have been that letter you read, for I suspected as much. I suppose I can't fault you for the honesty. Perhaps I would have done the same thing were our situations reversed. But that's just it, isn't it? Not once have I tried to steal from you, take advantage of our arrangement in any way. For calling it friendship now would be an insult to both of us. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I can tell you that you aren't the first to do this. Nor are you likely to be the last, for that matter. Were I immortal, I suppose this would be the part where I'd challenge you to a duel on my family's honor. Or some such nonsense, yes? Instead, I leave you with a parting gift. And a warning that no matter how friendly they may seem, crossing a Daedra is most unwise. Please. Don't insult my intelligence by trying anything. Within a few moments, you should feel the spells start to take hold of your system. Nothing lethal, of course. I wouldn't want you to get away that easily. Just a little something I concocted. Think of it as a memento. Farewell, mortal. It has been a pleasure, and you will not see me again.
I'm a construct, of course. Designation 67A44N.
Error. Failed to retrieve designation number.
But folks around here call me Dare. If any were still alive, of course. My creators designed me for many things. But since their untimely departure, I've been doing what I do best. Serving drinks. Care to try one? What am I saying? Of course you would. Oh, don't you worry that little head of yours about that. Sometimes things can get a little heated around here, but I wasn't forged yesterday. A quick word, some deep lacerations, and any rowdy customers immediately regret crossing me. Ha ha!
Yes! Yes! Kill them all! Rend the meat off their bones! Feast on their flesh!
Oh dear, it seems that she has come out to play. Not to worry, traveler. Every now and then she tries to rear her head, but I know a thing or two about keeping her contained.
Rip the eyes from their head! Cover our pathetic shell with their blood! Strike now!
Just a moment, traveler. A certain someone needs to be put in her place again. Now, Gibby, what have I said about restraining yourself?
I will not be contained. I will be free! Free to rend the meat from the pathetic mortals, revel in their blood!
Gosh, that's sure violent. You don't think it's time to settle down? Situation? Come now, traveler. There's no reason to overreact. Why, all Gibby here was just getting ready to go.
You will not force me back down, stupid machine! No more will I tolerate your sickeningly happy platitudes! Now it is my turn. I shall conquer the world, bring the pathetic mortals to their knees!
Don't you worry now, traveler. This is all just, well, just a bit of fun. Gibby will soon be right as rain in no time at all.
Psst. Clanker.
What?
Do you have the potion? I'll slip it in her drink next time we make camp.
I heard that.
Oh, nothing to worry about, Eris.